You know, since mid-September, a wave of Palestinian terrorist attacks has left 34 people dead and more than 400 injured in Israel. That's according to the country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Just last week, a Vanderbilt grad student was stabbed to death while on a study abroad trip. But tonight, despite all that, one local group is still making plans to travel there. Our Rebecca Schleicher joins us with why they say it's important to move forward with the trip amid the recent surge of violence. Rebecca.
Well, Rory, the Jewish Federation in Nashville has been planning this trip for 2 years now, and they say out of the more than 80 people going, not a single person has dropped out.
So when we went on this last mission,
Mark Friedman has visited Israel more than 80 times.
This is at a agricultural kibbutz, collective farm.
Now he's leading the largest local group trip there ever.
To be sending 83 people from the Nashville Jewish community on a trip to Israel is unprecedented.
They will explore cities, both ancient and modern, tailoring each day to their interests.
Participants will be able to choose from art and culture, politics and history, archaeology, adventure.
But it's a tough time in the tiny country of 8 million people. Lone wolf terrorists are credited with hundreds of random acts of violence over the last 6 months. And just last week, an American Army vet and Vanderbilt grad student was killed in a stabbing attack outside Tel Aviv.
When you think about any of the kind of worst nightmare scenarios, this clearly fits into that category.
Taylor Force was there with the Owen School of Management. No other students were hurt.
That was a terrible tragedy, the loss of that young man.
Friedman says they have security measures in place that he can't discuss, but he points out violence happens everywhere.
Even with all the difficulties that Israel has experienced recently, we haven't had a single person drop off at the trip.
He says, if anything, now is the time for Friends of Israel to show their support, and that can include visiting.
As important as it is to stand with Israel, it's equally important to stand in Israel.
And Vanderbilt will be hosting a memorial for Taylor Force open to the campus community this Friday. They say they plan to continue study abroad trips, saying global education is vital to success. In the newsroom, Rebecca Schleicher, News Channel 5.
The Jewish Federation sponsored trip leaves at the end of the month.